Hey guys, just got back from holiday, from Christmas holidays, and I took most of my stuff in JPEG, but I kept a couple of raw files for images that I'd want to bring back and do nicely in post. There was a question about how to create a keyboard shortcut in Lightroom for Iridient X Transformer, just to speed up the workflow a little bit. So, I mean, if I want to round trip this to X Transformer, all I do is I go up to File, Plugin Extras, Process, Selected RAF to DNG. But it's nice to have a keyboard shortcut. Lightroom has this little nuance to it that it's nested menu items. So you see how the title here, Iridient, is left aligned, and then the actual menu item is inset. And it's actually inset by exactly 3 spacebar spaces. And if you don't remember that when you're creating the keyboard shortcut, none of these keyboard shortcuts work. Doesn't matter if you don't really understand what I just said, I'm going to walk you through how we set this up. So most important part, we need to remember exactly how this is spelt, capital letters, brackets, spacing. We need to type it in exactly right to the keyboard shortcuts panel, otherwise the shortcut won't work. So I've just taken a screenshot of this spelling quickly, and now we're going to go and set up the shortcut. So you go into your system preferences on a Mac. Sorry, I don't have a solution for this for Windows. I'm sure there are ways to do it in Windows, but this is for Mac users. Then I go to keyboard, then I go to shortcuts, and this is where all the shortcut keys that are mapped to your system are stored. You put your custom shortcuts under app shortcuts, and we are going to add a shortcut to Lightroom. Now Lightroom is not in this list because it's in a folder. Remember, Adobe puts all their applications in their own folders. So I'm just going to go Other. I'm going to go Lightroom Classic, not CC, which is annoying. Who cares? Adobe, I don't know what you're doing. So we select the application. Now I'm able to apply keyboard shortcuts to Lightroom from macOS, basically. The menu title, this is the part you need to type exactly right. So let me just open this up quickly. Come now. Where's it? Okay, cool. Let's just put this on that screen as well. Okie dokes. So we need to type it exactly the way it's spelt, and remember, you need to have 3 spaces in the front. So I'm going to click in the box. I'm going to type spacebar 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to start typing exactly the menu command spelling as it is, and wording. Process, selected ref, open bracket, lowercase s, to DNG. It's really easy to make a mistake at this point. You could put those brackets in the wrong place, or you could put a capital S in there, and it just becomes really frustrating. Then the keyboard shortcut, so this is to send to X Transformer. So I'm going to make it, let's make it T. So I'm going to use Command Alt Control T. So I push down that key sequence, and it puts in the key sequence that is now going to create that shortcut. And there you go. You can see it's now created that. Close this off. I'm going to restart Lightroom quickly just to make sure that the shortcut is mapped. And while I'm doing that, this is one of the photos I took. So amped with this photo. Shifted my white balance a little bit to the red. So this JPEG is straight out of camera. I haven't done any editing to it, and I really like the tones. Anyway, that's just getting distracted now. So let's open up Lightroom again, my personal catalog. So now the operating system has pretty much gone and mapped that keyboard shortcut, Control, Option, Command, and did I say X or T? We'll check now. That will automatically round trip a RAF file to X Transformer. Just get Lightroom to open up quickly. All right. Just get a preview of the image to make sure I know what we're working with. Yeah, okay, cool. And this is the RAF file, the raw file. I'm going to go check that my keyboard shortcut is in place. Plugin extras. There you go. Process selected RAFs DNG. It shows my new keyboard shortcut. So I'll be able to push Control, Option, Command, and T, and that file automatically gets sent out now to Iridient X Transformer. It's converting from ref to DNG, but using the Iridient developer engine rather than the Adobe Camera Raw engine. If you don't know why I'm even bothering round tripping, then you need to look up what Iridient developer and Iridient X Transformer are about. Okay, so it's round tripped. It's just about done. All right, it's done. Now if I go back into my gallery view, where has it put it? Where has it put it? Okay, that's because I've got a filter on, turn the filter off. There you go. So here is the original, the RAW file. There's the JPEG from the camera, and here's the DNG that's just being created by round tripping. And just wait for it to generate a proper preview. There you go. Pretty cool amounts of detail coming out in that Iridient file, especially considering this was handheld on the XF 100 to 400 lens, which is not designed to be the sharpest lens, as in it's not designed to be like the 90mm f2, which is a crazy sharp lens. Okay, so let's just do some basics here. Always fiddling with whites and highlights and figuring out which of those two is best. Blacks, push them back a little bit. Maybe give some contrast. That's fine. Clarity. Alright, so that's a handheld image of the moon processed using Iridient's engine rather than Adobe Camera Raw's engine. As I say, the point of the exercise really was to show you how to map a keyboard shortcut using the keyboard shortcuts panel by adding the application and adding a shortcut. Just remember those 3 space bars in the front there that you can't see. It's only Adobe applications that seem to have this design issue. It's intentional. They've designed it that way to nest the menu, but it can really confuse the situation. And that's it. Hope that's helpful, guys. Okay, bye.